watching The Buck Stops Here and I'm Barkha Dutt. On the program this evening, all of you have probably heard of the following three men. Vikram Seth, author, Wendell Rodrigues, fashion designer and just a recipient of a Padma Award. Onir, well-known filmmaker. Are these men criminals? Well, in the eyes of India's highest court, they now are because they have chosen to come out as gay. On the program today, we'll be looking at the implications of the Supreme Court's dismissal of a review petition asking the court to reconsider its decision on deeming homosexuality to be criminal. Also coming up, our main debate on The Buck Stops Here is political discourse in the 2014 election campaign descending into abuse and vitriol. This after the latest storm erupts after Delhi's Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal retweets a tweet by musician Vishal Dadlani saying that the country is stuck between what he called a moron and a murderer. The BJP and the Congress are both objecting. That's our big debate on The Buck Stops Here. So on the Delhi Chief Minister's Twitter page was the following retweet this morning. A tweet by singer and Aam Aadmi Party supporter Vishal Dadlani that spoke about the country being stuck between a moron and a murderer. The BJP was quick to take objection at what it called the Chief Minister's endorsement. Vishal Dadlani remained cheeky. He said, I did not name who the moron or the murderer was. How is it that people automatically understood who I meant? Vishal Dadlani's swipe was clearly both at the Congress's Rahul Gandhi and at the BJP's Prime Ministerial nominee Narendra Modi. It's reopened not just a question for the Aam Aadmi Party as to whether the Delhi Chief Minister was endorsing this use of language, but it's brought the focus on the political discourse and whether the discourse is literally descending into abuse. That's our subject on the program today. Is 2014 going to be the ugliest campaign that we have ever witnessed? Let's introduce our panel now. With me in the studio is Senior Leader of the Congress and Minister in the Government, Rajiv Shukla. Also joining us on the program, Chandan Mitra, Senior Leader of the BJP. We're also joined by Prashant Bhushan, Senior Leader of the Aam Aadmi Party. And also joining us from Ahmedabad today is Malika Sarabhai. She is, of course, an Aam Aadmi Party member, but has in the past expressed her differences on the issue of language and certain positions taken by other colleagues in the Aam Aadmi Party like Kumar Vishwas. Prashant Bhushan, I'd like to start by you, asking you, your party had to apologize for language that was used by Somnath Bharti when he spoke about wanting to spit on the faces of Arun Jaitley and Harish Salve. You have in the past expressed on my programs a discomfort with the kind of language that Mr. Somnath Bharti used. Today, when you see Arvind Kejriwal retweeting Vishal Dadlani, speaking about the country being stuck between a moron and a murderer, what do you make of this tweet and what do you make of the Chief Minister's seeming endorsement of it?
I don't think that Twitter tweets or retweets rather on Twitter should be taken at face value. You see, Vishal Dadlani may have tweeted about this and merely because it was kind of retweeted by Arvind Kejriwal does not mean that he endorses it. I believe that political discourse should not degenerate into abuse and abusive discourse should not be used. Of course, that does not mean that one should hesitate from calling a spade a spade. You should call a spade. If there are alleged murderers or rapists sitting in parliament, one is entitled to say so. If there are thoroughly corrupt people sitting in parliament, one is entitled to say so. However, one should not descend to abuse without any reason or without any ground. But I do say that these retweets, etc., that's why actually I really don't get onto Twitter,
because of all this.
Because
but Prashant,
yeah, because you see,
sorry, go ahead.
Small things are taken much more seriously than they ought to or need to. be taken in these kind
can
of
you
Twitter
call it a-
tweets,
can you call it a
etc. So
small
it's a
thing?
kind of
Because-
dangerous
But
instrument.
Prashant, with due respect, can you call it a small thing? Because Twitter is a published space. It is a online version of, for example, something that may appear in a magazine or in a television program. And when Vishal Dadlani goes on to say, you know what's hilarious? I didn't even name anyone in that tweet, but you guys already knew who was which. And he's obviously in this tweet casting aspersions on Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi. The BJP has even formally objected. My point is, and when the Chief Minister himself picks this tweet up, can it still be called a small thing? Do you think it's valid, his description of Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi in this tweet, where he's calling one a moron and the other a murderer? That's clearly what he's doing.
Well, you see, people may be entitled to their views even on such a thing.
Yes.
But I do feel that these words should not be used in this manner against sort of principal political adversaries,
Yes.
particularly. Particularly a word like moron, etc., certainly should not be used, and murderer obviously should not be used unless one has evidence of somebody being a murderer. There is certainly, in my view, considerable evidence to show that Mr. Modi was complicit in the genocide in Gujarat. But still, one should not, at least I wouldn't call him a murderer, or I wouldn't charge him with being a murderer like that. I can call him, I can say that he is complicit in that genocide. If that amounts to calling him a murderer, it's all right. But I would avoid this. I would certainly go to the extent of saying that according to the evidence that I have read, Mr. Modi was complicit in the Gujarat genocide.
Even though the court decided otherwise, even though the court and the SIT decided otherwise, so is it responsible to use a word like murderer?
That's only the local court that has decided otherwise. It's still, the matter still needs to go to the High Court, and besides, courts are not always right. I have seen the evidence myself, and in my view, there is more than adequate evidence to show that he was complicit.
Okay, let me put this to Chandan Mitra and Rajiv Shukla. Chandan Mitra, to you straight away, the BJP has actually objected to the kind of language that Arvind Kejriwal has put out. But the fact is that the lens is now on all political parties and the language that is being used by them. So today, the BJP has objected to Arvind Kejriwal seeming to endorse this phrase, we are stuck between a moron and a murderer. But in the past, you have, for example, the Congress would turn around and say, used Khuni Panja in Chhattisgarh for the Congress. So is any party really distinct from the other? Is this the ugliest campaign we have seen? And pick up on what Prashant Bhushan is saying. He's saying the words used are not words he would use, but the essence that they're conveying could be looked at.
No decent or civil person would use this kind of terminology against senior political leaders, and especially without any evidence. And therefore, I think this gentleman who tweeted, but then Twitter is a handle, Barkha, you know, and having joined it relatively lately, I find it is a medium of abuse. Every day I get hate mail from about 100 to 200 people. And all kind of filthy language is used.
Yeah.
But then I can understand people take out their frustrations, and therefore one has to ignore all that. But when somebody holding the post of chief minister retweets something which is very offensive, I think there is really no justification. It just shows that how senior leaders themselves are legitimizing this total debasement of the national discourse. The discourse wouldn't have sunk to this level unless people holding such responsible positions started endorsing this kind of language.
You're saying the fact that this is a retweet by Arvind Kejriwal is what makes this tweet significant. That there are a lot of tweets, according to you, Chandan, that are abusive. But are you then saying that you would also not use a word like moron for the Congress leader? Because that is like when you stand today against abusive language, will you extend that credit to the Congress as well, Chandan?
No, look, I mean, I think everybody or everybody's kind of supporters particularly, not so much leaders, supporters do use abusive and offensive language.
Yes.
But as long as they are relatively unknown entities, or not office bearers of political parties, or those holding responsible constitutional positions, If they don't use such language, I would say, Twitter is a medium like that. Too bad. You don't have to go through every tweet.
Okay.
But, otherwise, I think it is offensive, and all of us have to get together to see that this kind of language is not used. Such language does not come to me naturally at all, so there is no question of my ever using such language, retweeting or endorsing any of this kind.
Now, Rajiv Shukla, the fact of the matter is that today you have Arvind Kejriwal talking about the country being stuck between a moron and a murderer, and then laughing about the fact that I didn't even name the politicians, but obviously their supporters know who I mean. But you've had Sushil Kumar Shinde in the past calling Arvind Kejriwal mad, using a Maharashtrian colloquialism, yeda. And Aam Aadmi Party says, see, you attack us for bad language, what about the Home Minister's bad language? You've had Jairam Ramesh saying Narendra Modi is Bhasmasur. He will consume the people who have created him. So the fact of the matter is this the ugliest campaign? Have we seen political discourse really plunge to a level where no party, today you're attacking Arvind Kejriwal, but all of you have used language that is actually very personal, very vicious and very derogatory?
Well, at the outset, I would agree and subscribe the point of view expressed by Mr. Prashant Bhushan that we should neither take Mr. Dadlani seriously nor Mr. Kejriwal on this issue, because everybody is tweeting anything.
But when Jairam Ramesh says in an interview,
today's
Narendra Modi is Bhasmasur.
I'll come on that also. So everybody is tweeting something or the other against someone. Vishal Dadlani is not even a known music composer. Had Mr. A.R. Rahman would have tweeted something, then people would have taken notice of that. Dadlani is not even known music composer. So we should not take him seriously. Why Mr. Kejriwal retweeted it, that's a matter which, generates some kind of media buzz. So I don't think we should give them so much importance. Secondly, as far as language in political discourse is concerned, I am of the firm view that the decency must be maintained. There has to be an element of decency in political, discourses.
But
because
for example,
parliament elections.
For example, the Congress president is called Narendra Modi Maut Ka Saudagar.
Because
please let me remind you that today we are all saying, oh, Arvind Kejriwal has retweeted this moron and murderer thing. But in the Congress campaign spoke about Mr. Modi being Maut Ka Saudagar. I take you back to Jairam Ramesh, Narendra Modi is Bhasmasur.
Parliamentary elections are round the corner.
Yes.
So all sorts of languages will be used in political speeches and all that. So what Chandan has also said, that we all should decide that there has to be certain drawn parameters. We have to speak in some, under some limitations.
Does that include your own party is all that I'm asking you? Does that include ministers of your own party? Does that include political speeches? And equally, Chandan, that question applies to you as well. When Narendra Modi says Khuni Panja, when Congress says Maut Ka Saudagar. Now, the point is, obviously, there is an essence to the argument. As Prashant Bhushan is saying, you can make a political argument. But the language used by none of you has been above board. And can you just dismiss it by saying, oh, Vishal Dadlani is not known? He may not be known to Rajiv Shukla, but he is a popular singer with great following. Chandan, quickly, then
I don't
Malika.
think so. I think Rajiv is right. I think Rajiv is right about Vishal Dadlani. I don't think he is a kind of, superstar of the music world. But anyway, we'll let that pass, because tomorrow he will tweet something against me, I know. So I don't want to extend this. But look, I think the Aam Aadmi leaders have to be a little careful. Very recently, the Aam Aadmi Party itself told Mr. Law Minister Somnath Bharti to restrain his language.
Yes.
He said, I would like to spit on Mr. Jaitley. Now tell me, is this civil language? This is absolutely sadak chap. This is a kind of street brawl you would have this thing happening with drunk people in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Now,
but equally should Sushil Kumar Shinde be calling Arvind Kejriwal mad. I mean, the fact of the matter is, it is easy to pick only on what the AAP is doing, but no politician has actually covered themselves in glory, and I want both Rajiv Shukla and Chandan Mitra to think about that. Malika Sarabhai, let me bring you in. I bring you in because you have raised questions against your own party members, Kumar Vishwas, for comments that he made about women. Kumar Vishwas had to apologize for calling nurses from Kerala Kali Pili. You have put a lot of questions to him. You have also been a political opponent of Narendra Modi in the past. Yet there has to be a basic decorum of political discourse. Do you think that is broken in a tweet that uses two words, moron and murderer, to bookend, to in a sense bookend and frame the Aam Aadmi Party's response to both the Congress and the BJP? Malika.
First, let me say that I'm not here as an Aam Aadmi person, spokesperson or anything, because I'm just a mere member. So I'm speaking as myself.
Yes.
Secondly, I don't think any of the parties for the last 10 years have spoken any kind of decent language. It has all been a tutu meme in Parliament, outside Parliament, nightly on your shows, on the other shows. It has always been about calling names. It's never been about issues. It's never been about substantive things. It's never been about the thing. It's always reduces. It doesn't matter what the topic is. It becomes a sort of two-party that goes on. So I don't think Arvind is doing anything. Arvind, after all, where must he have learnt it? He must have learnt it from the BJP and the Congress.
That's an interesting point. And Prashant Bhushan, the fact of the matter is that from politics as unusual, you are going to politics as usual. You are getting trapped, as your own party member says, into tutu meme of mainstream politics. So come in there. You can say tweets are irrelevant, but Chandan and Rajiv are saying tweets are not irrelevant when they're on the Chief Minister's page. They're on the Chief Minister's own page. Prashant.
Yeah, you see, that's why I say that I don't think that Twitter is a very good instrument. Firstly, some 20 characters or whatever, or 100 characters.
140
you have to say
yeah.
whatever it is. I mean, I don't know what this whole system of retweeting is, but whatever it is, I don't think these things should be taken that seriously. I mean, these are not statements which are being made. This retweet is not really a statement being made by Arvind Kejriwal. And in any case, you see, so far as we are concerned, we want the discourse to be about issues. However, one of the issues in today's contemporary politics is this. Is criminalization, is corruption, is this participation in the politics of hatred and genocide and this sectarian kind of politics. These are certainly among the most serious issues of contemporary times, in which many of the political parties and leaders of these political parties are seriously complicit or involved in this kind of politics of corruption.
You're saying go beyond the words, and try
etc.
and see the issues that those words were actually raising, if I understand you correctly. And on this I want to bring
right. And the other thing,
yes.
the other thing that I am saying is,
yes,
it's certainly wrong to be abusive.
yes,
But it is perfectly all right to say something seriously about somebody, about a political leader or your political opponent, so long as it is backed by some credible evidence. If you are saying that so-and-so is a murderer or so-and-so was complicit in genocide, that's fine, so long as it is backed by evidence. And as I said, I dare say that in Mr. Modi's case, certainly his complicity in the genocide as well as his complicity in
Chandan,
many
go ahead.
other
Chandan, what are you
things
saying?
is backed
Chandan,
by evidence.
on Mr. Modi
Now,
and Rahul
yes.
Gandhi. Yes, Chandan.
No, I'm saying that how do you kind of quantitatively substantiate a term like moron?